Here's FCT Hunter mentioned. That's a 4-hour, so that's been a strong chart, obviously, and staying that way. ZRX, Seb mentioned that. ZRX we do own a little bit of. We had that chart up earlier. Let's bring it up again. ZRX USD, $1.14.
Max keeps saying hire an AV guy. Max, we have everything set up and the internet is fine. I do a speed check before we do everything. Right when we go live or right when we talk about anything, it just happens to start dropping frames. I don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on. That's all we can say.
You know, we've streamed from here for a year, so I'll try to troubleshoot again tomorrow. ZRX, $1.14, acting amazingly well. Seb's trying to get that on a pullback. Decred, Joseph Furra mentioned that. Decred's been rocking and rolling. 85.54. Unbelievable. The $1.16 was, I'm not sure what the news was on that, but that thing just keeps rocking and rolling. We mentioned that one probably just a good long-term hold. And then...
I wanted to look at BTC before the internet goes out again.
If it goes out this time, we're out of here. Bitcoin, 92.52. I still, I'm guessing there's still more downside before we can get going. The surprise would be if we go back to 9,800 and then maybe do an 8,700 again for a flat correction. That would be extremely bullish action. Don't know if we can do that. I mean, this has surprise on this rally, so maybe we can. Next few hours will be important. If you bought on the break last night when I mentioned about doing it for a day trade, then I'd be careful up here. You might want to try to scalp out of a day trade and look for a pullback somewhere. But again, guys, I think if you're setting on your, I'm mostly fully invested, and I still think we go higher. I think above 11,750, then you got to get more serious about maybe lighting up some dogs and go into some cash. But I think now you still, if you want to be a cute, trade them. If not, just sit here and let this correction go its course for the next week or so, and then ride up hopefully another wave. If you're worried about the markets, then you need to be selling here probably and looking for a deeper correction. Nick said he's using Brave browser, maybe something to do with that.
I don't think so. We use this all the time, but...
You're using that for about a week? What's up, Driven Muffin? Cool you scalped. I know you congratulated me on my trades. I've been hot on those videos. So, when you get hot like that, and I've done that over the years, I mean, there can be times, and I've said it before, where I'll get really cold. But if you know the type of Elliott wave pattern that we're in, I mean, sometimes it can be uncanny how it works. So that's why I know there's some validity to it. The work is to know where we're at in the counts and try to figure it out and play the highest odd counts, because really you're just playing percentages. So there's no guarantees in anything we do. Max Expo says go back to Chrome. I might agree with that, because that's the only thing I guess you changed over there.
I'm going back to it, but the thing is, I mean, maybe Brave does affect it, but other YouTubers use Brave and they stream, and also Brave has no ads. Therefore, you're having less throughput on, less bandwidth used, because you're not having to load all those advertisements on every website. But I just switched everything back to Chrome. And on the machine that we're streaming from it, we have never used Brave. It's still Chrome on that main machine. So I don't know.
It's funny when I said here though, I got people's names. Everyone's using, they got a name for their real name for PCG, and they got a Twitter handle. They got a YouTube name.
Yeah, every name's different.
Oh my God!
It's hard to keep track of all that.
I've had Carrie email people trying to give us all their different names we'd have in the system, so I could try to memorize all of them. But yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Well, I guess I'll try and do this last article here about the Ethereum infighting spurs blockchain split concerns. Let's see if we can get through this. Let me see if I can add the chat real quick for you. Looks like it's there.
Right, Wayne. Yours is the same all over. I got you. And I appreciate that. And Riggs. It's too funny.
Well, let's see here. Let's see if we're still on here. Anyways, the Ethereum infighting spurs blockchain split concerns. Now, we do have an update since this has been posted a day ago. Since publication, major Ethereum community members have expressed an interest in working to find solutions that would avoid an inability to reach consensus. These include principal players Parity Tech and key community members Gollum Project and developer Peter, whose statements are linked. Ethereum appears to be at a notable crossroads on technical direction. At least that was the mood at a meeting of the top Ethereum developers last week, where a discussion on a controversial code proposal called EIP 999 led some to speculate the scenario is now a possibility. Indeed, it's now believed the proposal, which seeks a technical fix that would return $264 million in lost funds, is so contentious, some users may choose to defect to a new version of the code. This is similar to what happened with the DAO and Ethereum to begin with, and that's why you have an Ethereum Classic and Ethereum. The Ethereum Classic crew thought code was king, so Ethereum Classic is actually the original blockchain for Ethereum, and Ethereum went its own way with Vitalik and others, retrieved those, I think it was $30 million in funds. So, I mean, this is a possibility as it has happened in the past. Those in favor of the proposal point to the frequent losses of either due to buggy contracts, arguing that the platform should ensure against such avoidable mistakes. But on the other side, many warn that editing code after deployment could damage not only the security, but also the integrity of the platform. Quote, "It's clear no matter where you stand that the issue is contentious enough that if EIP 999 goes forward and implements, then it will generate a contentious hard fork," developer of Ethereum's Mist browser Alex Van de Sande said during the dev meeting on April 20th. "It's unavoidable that it will create a split," he continued. This is very interesting, guys. Now, the reason this is interesting is nobody really knows what's going to happen. I mean, if there's a fork, hypothetically, you would get both coins, which could be a positive, but on the negative, it's going to probably lose investor confidence in Ethereum. We'll see how this affects everything. Obviously, this did come out yesterday, and the Ethereum price is continuing higher. I think nothing's really going to go into effect until they either come to consensus or they announce some kind of announcement on plans for the fork here in the future. Obviously, we'll keep you guys up to date on this. Sorry, everything is a little flustered over here. Having to restart the channel 3 times kind of ruins the vibe we were all going with on the Green Day today.
Everybody was talking about that article this morning, like sell Ethereum and blah, 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 and it's done nothing but go up since. So some of that news, you know, it is what it is.
Max Expo says, PO up 15%.
Right. Gary, I want to be a Gary t-shirt. We're going to start selling those. Forget those don't want to be a Gary shirts.
Gary O'Connell isn't in here as much because his girlfriend is back in town, and also apparently it is like summer months over in Europe. That means that it went even later. So I think when we go live where he's at, it's like 1:30 in the morning. And then for everybody from Ireland, it's like 3 a.m. or something. So
let me have the screen just for a second because I want to go over the tweet I made today with no one really watching. This was the Wyckoff Wave Crypto Index because Vladimir says they've worked through a lot of issues. So you can see here on a 3-month chart, we've got the colored volume. We've got the OP, which is 5-minute on-bounce volume calculated daily, a force index, and a technometer. So that chart is clean. That's the 5-minute intraday going back about a week. So this is showing volume behind the move in the crypto index. You can see here that volume continued higher on the OP while we've been trading sideways here. And then lo and behold, we got a 100-point and figure chart on the Wyckoff Wave Crypto Index, because you could take a reading from this level on over to this level to get some upside objectives, etc. So again, we're getting there. So you can't say I'm not working on it, and you can't say we're not trying to zero in on that. So that's exciting. And that is probably about all I got.
Cool. Jack says he thinks Ireland is about 12:30. Yeah, I don't know if it's 12:30 or what the time is, but I know Gary is saying something about summer months. I don't know how we have like the
some summer
we have
months
like the leap forward or something, but they have summer months is what they call it, and price changes over there, so he can't make it as much because he's going to bed.
Yeah, Rob, I don't want to sell subscription and have it break down. They're telling me they've got to monitor the server kind of daily, so they want to charge me for that. So, as I've said before, I mean, money we made off of courses, PCG, I've tried to invest back in here to make it better for trading. Obviously, the more money I make for PCG, the better it is for all of us. So I'm a trader at heart. I'm not really a teacher. The course, it's pretty easy. It kind of teaches itself. I do have the lesson 22 ready to go. The Wyckoff Wave Crypto Index with the optimism, pessimism. So the 3 charts I showed today on that Twitter kind of went into the lesson to explain that. So I'm going to drop that into the course soon. And, you know, just going to keep doing what we do.
Wayne Dutton says, triple my stream. Yep, that's pretty much. I think we're going to have 3 posts. I don't know. We might delete some. Who knows? I'll probably see what's going on with those.
Crypto news with Matt Beasley's in here. What's up, Blake? Blake, make it and we're done.
Yeah.
So
Blake says, how is everyone? We're doing good. I don't know if this is the first one you made it to or if you made it to the other 2 streams that were on and off right away. I have no idea.
So
and then Jack said, did I miss the bid on Poe? I shamelessly copied Gary on that too. Well, there's not much to say. I didn't really do a fundamental look at it or anything. But we were just kind of laughing that Gary said if it didn't see some gains over the next 48 hours, he would dance around his office naked and post it live on YouTube. And we were starting to see the gains. So.
But the problem is he with 20 minutes to go, he's like, hey, can I Skype in real quick? And I'm like, we're kind of getting ready for the show. He's like, then next thing I know, it's ringing. So he gave us that really almost. He mentioned it as I ran to my desk, and he mentioned it live. So I told Nick we'd try to do a little TNA and a little fundamental and get on it. But this morning he wakes me up bragging about another 10% gain right out of the gate. So, and if that thing firms up here, my goodness, it probably, wouldn't take much to skirt that through the highs. So I don't know what Gary's doing. He's got some wealthy friends, and maybe they're all sharing some big ideas. Maybe he's got a couple of whales in his pocket. I don't know.
Might have to start keeping an eye on that a little bit more.
All right, we're going to start managing PCG money for Gary trades. All we do is Gary trades. We don't do anything else.
Follow Gary only.
It's Gary's PCG.
I got this over here too. I do have a poll over my Twitter right now if you want to check it out. I said, when you take profits, what do you move it into? Fiat, USDT, or equivalent, Bitcoin, or any other altcoin? There is 2 hours left. As of now, 40% is to Bitcoin. Now, this is really the main reason why Bitcoin is still the index. It's got all these fiat onboarding platforms. It's got the biggest name recognition. And most people, they trade for the end goal of adding more Bitcoin to their bag. They believe in Bitcoin. They believe in the future in Bitcoin. And they believe in the monetary policy of Bitcoin. So that's interesting to see. We'll see how this finishes up. Obviously, there's a couple hours left and anything can happen. But I just like to take a look at this and see the overview of how you guys play your trades.
Bring it back to me again, because that brings up. Because the other day when Ethereum was around 680, I had some clients like, so what do you think? And I said, well, I think we're going to have a pullback here. So let's sell, we talked about selling some BCH or selling some Ethereum. And they're like, what do you want to do? I said, well, I want to go to USDT. And they're like, no, let's go to Bitcoin. So, I never really understand that because we sold Ethereum to go to Bitcoin. So that way we caught Bitcoin going from 9,700 to 9,200. So we lost the same amount of money. When if we'd went to USDT, we wouldn't have lost any money, and then at 8,800 we could have got long Bitcoin. So that's the way I'm still playing that. And we talked about that, for the last year. And then the thing is now, these markets used to be Bitcoin would move. You didn't know where your coins were going. Right now we're kind of all moving together. It goes back to what Wyckoff says. You try to follow the crypto index to get a feeling for the trend. Trade with the trend and then trade the strong coins. But, if you think Ethereum is going to drop off or cash or something, I don't think you want to go to Bitcoin because you're just going from one horse to the other horse in a dog race. I think, especially if you're trading short term, you got to slide out, go to cash, wait for everything to come down and then slide back in. So, because otherwise we made a great trade, but we made no money. We didn't get anywhere with it. So.
Blake Neely says, how about the KNC though? I tell you what, I think you did over here come in here and talk about Kyber Network a few days ago. So if that was you, Blake, congratulations. I hope you are owning some of that.
There's KNC BTC.
Matt B.
Whoa.
Matt B's in here. He says, third stream I've started. Yeah, we were dropping frames, and this is probably going to be the third post for the same stream. So if you want to get all the information, watch all 3 of them, I guess. I don't know. We might just leave this one up. We'll see what happens. Ryan says, Bitcoin currently is my bridge between alts and fiat. There you go.
Ryan, I haven't seen that chart showing how correlated it is, but yeah, I'm sure it's got to be because everything's moving together now. If you have that chart, I wouldn't mind you sharing it or maybe emailing me. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I'm sure I could find it, but if you got it handy, let me have it.
Shout out to Tom for subscribing. We appreciate that. Max Expo says, why do I feel like I just caught cheating? LOL. I don't know what that means, but...
Just got caught cheating. That's funny.
Blake Neely says I was shilling it. LOL. Did I know? And then the announcement came out, so maybe it wasn't a shill. Maybe you knew something.
Ryan, I'll get that on Zero Hedge. I follow them. I just didn't catch that, so I will do that. Appreciate that heads up. Undone sums. Well, that's the coins people talked about. I don't know. 92.75 Bitcoin.
I think that's really about all we got. I mean, we went over a lot of stuff. It just kind of all got jumbled up between 3 different streams. If you guys have any questions on anything we talked about, because you might have missed it with all the 3 videos, make sure you can always reach out to us on Twitter, our various means of communication. In the description below, we have a list of all of our contacts.
Ethereum's been a little bit easier, seems like, here recently. So on the Ethereum chart, once again, I mean, support's definitely down there at 510, the previous 4th. If you think we're weak here, you know, we could get a sell-off clear down to there, or we could stay strong here, do a 720, do a 600, and then skate higher. So there's not, you just got to trade percentages. So I had sold a little bit of 668 or so. I bought some back at 615. Not sure what I'm going to do here. A 680, 685, maybe I would take that with the idea that there's a triangle here, worst case. And, you know, and we might fall down clear to 520. But I think a move down, you know, an ABC down would be the last chance for you to pick up some of these coins cheap before another big run to the upside.
What's up, Vapid? Yeah, I know. I saw your messages. You're like, oh, I can't find you. I keep clicking on all these videos. Somebody wants you to look at WAN Chain real quick and BNB.
I got WAN, Bitcoin. We talked about that. Wasn't doing very well at the highs, but I think I said, being as friendly I was with the market in general, it probably would work its way through. That's what it's done. So I wouldn't call that a strong jump, but kind of a jump.
What's up, Savada?
BNB on Binance. We're going to do BNB USDT. As you know, I'm going to do that. That one slowed up there at 1250 or so. I mean, at the 1350, and then still gradually working higher. Vapa wants to know about giving away those acrylics. I mean, we're going to give away the ones we got, and I'm having a lot more made. I've got a gentleman. I don't think he's going to charge me much for them. I think he's going to do any coins that we want. So we're kind of cool at that. I mean, what we're hoping to do is people could order like 4 different coins, whatever 4 coins they want. We're going to throw it in a little stand and be kind of like a coaster set if you want to have that sitting on your desk or whatever. So that's what we're hoping for. But otherwise, yeah, we're going to keep making some coins, giving them away. Just something that I think is pretty cool that isn't going to cost us an arm and a leg. They're not heavy to ship, so I think it's good for everybody.
I don't know what you were talking about there, Rob. Yeah, I deleted that message because he put his Twitter handle in there. Now, look, he wants to come in here and act all nice, but every single night he runs his mouth about us, and we're not going to deal with it anymore. I don't know what you want us to do, Matt. We don't ever talk about you, and on your show, all you do is blab how bad we are, how we're frauds, how we're scams, how we're this and that, and then you're going to come in here and act like nothing happened? Does that make any sense to anybody? I don't think so.
That was an endorsement of our charting service. It's still on my Twitter.
It makes no sense.
I don't know why it's on his Twitter, though. He doesn't follow me. We're blocked, so I blocked him. Yeah, I mean, the software, it's not done, but it's, you know, I wanted to show that it's kicking out really good data. You know, I've told you I've still got to double check. I've got, you know, Vladimir says everything is good, but I've got to go over through it myself again. And, you know, especially before I'd ever start selling it, I'm going to use it myself for a while. It's not only got to be done. I mean, I got to feel like it's going to provide the value like I'm used to on the stock side. And it's going to, you know, we can use the 5-minute data, et cetera, because I've showed you various times on 5-minute on-balance volume how it would help you. So I'm just hoping it helps us like that. So that's all. But that was BNB. I mean, it's starting to firm up again. I don't know. Binance has got a lot of issues going on. Binance will not allow Coinigy to get set back up again, which is kind of weird. I don't know why you would not do that.
I don't know.
Coinigy's not hooked back up. I mean, I'm still sitting here waiting on me to be allowed. I can see everyone's coins and balances, but I can't do a trade.
Just with the Binance APIs?
Yeah, the Binance won't work with Coinigy right now. They're just like ignoring them.
Interesting.
And that's volume that they're missing out on, you know. So I don't know why you would do that. So, but yeah, the BNB coin, I would have thought would have been a little bit stronger here. So, not too much excitement. So 92.33 Bitcoin.
Driving
right,
muffin.
Still need to do the boxing match.
That's hilarious. Well, you guys got any more fundamental questions or any more charts you want us to look at, and we will end this confusing all over the place 3 separate stream live episode of Learn Crypto.
Cluster. Shout out to mom and dad. I know they're probably watching.
If they can find it after the 3 separate videos.
He probably, yeah, my dad's not Mr. Internet, so he might still be looking for us.
Blake Neely says, slap an LTC private key on that LTC metal trophy. I don't know about all that. Matt B wants to look at ADA. Take a look at that.
ADA. We got ADA USDT. Had the big run and still holding in there, so can't say much wrong about ADA. I mean, it's got a long road to hoe, so it's trying to. But, you know, if Bitcoin goes to 12, 12.5 or whatever it is up there, if I am correct, and that's a long ways away from here, but if it does, I mean, a coin like this, you know, who knows? They run for it again in a big way. And I guess, you know, my problem is when we talk about trading and short term and scalp this and scalp that, I don't know how, if the Nasdaq Stock Exchange is talking to Gemini, I mean, what's going on behind the scenes, I think, is crazy. And I still say, when you don't have the average investor with lots of money, even in these markets, I know, Kerry, we sent out another email to prospects and clients. Nobody's going to respond back. No one wants to talk about Bitcoin. But if that changes, which I think it will, I mean, that's just a flood of money. And we're going to be chasing all these coins with limited supply. So I don't know what type of upside would be on that. So.
What else we got here? Oh, Anthony, I forgot to tell you that I will, hopefully, if I have time, do a re-recording of an updated recording for the Omisco review. I know you love that. Shout out to Talisman. I don't know if you want your real name, but he has been doing a lot of research on it. He kind of put together a little bit of a write-up. So we'll go over that.
Hey, and check me out. Give me some music.
Oh, we forgot about this, too.
I forgot about... in the chorus, he was Curo, but Valentin Vicente, a good guy. Don't want to say too much about him, but good gentleman, obviously down in Mexico somewhere. So shout out to Valentin for passing the course. And as you know, I'm available if you have any questions or need anything from me.
There we go. Another graduate.
There we have it. So that is it, guys and girls. And Seb, I know you're about that third-party hack software. I mean, Coinigy had said that, you know, it really wasn't due to that. It's just like they're getting ignored. So I don't know. Not sure. So are we giving the wood now that we're not taking the wood?
Well, there's going to be one more. If Todd is right, there's going to be one more pullback. But, I mean, it's whether you want to be cute or not. Still, the next upside objective is still 12K. So we'll see.
I mean, yeah, my crystal ball is saying 12,000, but you know how that is, guys. I've been on a roll here recently, but right when you think I can't do anything wrong, then I'll, you know, get on a cold streak. So I've been hot. This rally's been pretty simple on the way up. You know, hopefully with the software and still with some Elliott wave knowledge. I know somebody said I was labeling waves wrong. So I've seen some Elliott wave labels on some Discord channels I just got to laugh at. I mean, there's no way they've even read, you know, the main book on Elliott wave for $25. So there's too many people out here saying they're experts and they're not. So, and I'm not going to say I'm an expert. I mean, I've said it before, Robert Prechter, those guys are, you know, they're the experts. That's where I learned from. I used to talk to those guys. I think it was $50 a minute back in 1982.
Whoa.
So you didn't want to ask them how the weather was because they would tell you, and that would take a minute. So you just called.
$50 a minute.
When they picked up, it might have been 30, but some reason I think it was 50. It was a round number. So yeah, you just like, hey, what do you think on this, and that, and hang up. So, yeah. So I've been there. I've done that. I've traded forever. This is a hard business. Trading short term is the hardest. If anyone's out there short term trading and successful, shout out to you because you're 1% of the crowd. So that's why I keep saying be careful about short term trading because you're going to wake up with Bitcoin at 36,000 and you're going to wonder why you made no money. And that's just not going to be cool. We all need to make some money if this thing keeps going.
Bill says I would like $50 a minute. Yeah, who wouldn't? That would be
right. No doubt.
That'd be crazy. All right, guys. Well, again, thanks for tuning in. We're hopefully be able to figure out the issue over here so we can stream smoothly for you guys once again like we have been doing the past couple months. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below with your Twitter handle in order to be entered to win the giveaway. Go back to the previous 2 live streams and do the same. That's what I like to see. Just Dave, you're a little late. We are signing off, but we will see you soon. Go back and watch it.
92.80 Bitcoin near the highs, so
perfect.
Let's look for a little bit higher rally, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow around noon.
Sounds good.
Recorded.
Hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you got to be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck. Everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard. Play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.